Hi, this is Kitchen Art with Nick Augustino. I'm your host, Joe Marino. We have a special guest, Ann Pilla, who's going to be helping us out with cooking some shrimp.
Well, tiki-taki, ahoy,
Hoy,
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 hoy. We're right here. Not only are we going to cook some shrimp, we're going to do some baked stuffed sole, and we also going to stuff some of my famous mushrooms. So we got a lot on the plate going here today, but the first thing I like to show you is my famous stuffing mix for seafood. A little item I created in 1984 for a restaurant called the Inn Chablis in the Plainville area. Inn Chablis was a nice French restaurant. I worked there for about a year, and he wanted a nice shrimp stuffing that was low cost, that he could stuff different things like mushrooms and get away with an appetizer that's a little, like I say, lower cost than using real crab meat. So I'd like to get started today by introducing Ann Pilla. Ann Pilla is here today because she took a job with the East Side. She's my event planner. She's looking to plan all styles of events, including the Oktoberfest, which she helped me with last year. That's how she promoted her job to stay with me. Now we have different banquet rooms on the East Side that we're looking to put across to show, well, you know, she did it for a long time at Trinity on Main, so I really don't have to bring up too many names. Ann, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Joe.
Nice to meet you.
I'm looking forward to being here at the front of the house. I'm always in the back of the house. And stuffed mushrooms are one of my favorite things on the East Side menu, so now I get to see how he makes it.
Oh, great.
Well, first of all, let's give away some secrets. And that's what we're here, is to hear different cooking secrets. You know, I like to cook food that I can make money with. Cooking food that you can make money with, that's what Kitchen Art's all about. How to cook food that you can make a living. Not grandma's sauce that took her 3 days to stir, and you couldn't make that sauce with all the love in it and everything else. You couldn't buy the love. So what we try to do is invent food that is low cost, that people will buy and will enjoy. So the first thing here, this is my breadcrumb. This is what I use for my stuffing for my breadcrumb. What I do with this stuffing is I buy whole loaves of French bread, fresh, real fresh, and I freeze them. Once they're frozen, I put them through my bread grinding machine to make breadcrumbs. So what you have here is frozen, fresh breadcrumbs to make my stuffing with. Gives you a whole different texture than your dry stuffing or your cracker stuffing. This is the whole texture. This is a big secret here. So this is what we did. Feel this bread. Go ahead. And I don't mind the fingers or whatnot because I see you wash them. But
Wow,
you
yeah,
notice the texture of that breadcrumb?
Yeah.
That's a secret.
Nice and moist.
Well, the next thing we like to do.
Little
And the
pieces
crab?
of crab?
The crab's in there already?
No.
Oh, what
I
is it
dropped
pink?
a couple pieces. That is crab.
Oh, okay.
But this is
Uh-oh,
imitation
boss.
crab
Is that
meat.
real crab?
Well, it's called imitation crab meat. Real crab goes for a ridiculous amount per pound. And if I stuff my scallops with real crab, they become an $8 appetizer and shoots up to being a $20 appetizer. And if I charge $20 for 6 mushrooms,
Nope.
no one's going to buy it. But what I did was this imitation, and it's called Seafood Best. And I looked at the ingredients. What is imitation crab meat made out of? Well, it's 30% crab meat and 70% pollock, the fish pollock. And when they put it together, the crab meat overtakes the white fish flavor, and the whole thing tastes like crab meat. The red part on it just makes it look like crab meat because that's actually a dye. Has nothing to do,
Oh, okay.
Has nothing to do with the crab itself. Just that you want to shred it, you want to be able to definitely know that, oh, he's got imitation crab meat there. And it's used today widely. The first part, when it first came out, people looked at it and said, you know, basically, it's imitation. How good can it be? What can you use it for? I mean, it's not king crab. I can't tell you you're going to eat this instead of king crab because you're not. But for stuffings, excellent.
Yeah.
To add to a seafood mix like a chowder or something at the last minute, add these chunks in there. And you want to know what I really like to do with this? I love to cut it into small cubes and put it in my tuna fish. And then I call it imperial tuna fish.
Wow.
And the flavor comes out so great. So right now we got the fresh breadcrumbs, we got the crab meat.
That sounds interesting.
So now we're going to go with, of course,
Spice.
spice. I like a little black pepper.
Yeah.
Or
I like
a lot of black pepper.
pepper. I do like the white pepper.
like
And
the
that's
white pepper,
because I just like the kick that a white pepper will give me. And of course, salt. And I really got the eye for how much salt makes it perfect too. And that's just because I've been doing it for a long time. So the next item that I like to put in there is dry mustard. And anytime I'm dealing with any type of stuffings for seafood and whatnot, I always like to put the dry mustard in. And notice how I steer my bowl so the mustard can cover a lot more space than dead center. Makes it easier mixing all that together.
Makes it almost look like we could eat that, huh,
Yeah,
Joe?
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well, the next
use mustard,
secret
too.
in my that I tell you is mayonnaise. And what's so secret about mayonnaise? Well, what this mayonnaise does, when I finish stuffing my shrimp or my mushrooms, the mayonnaise will make it puff up and make it turn golden brown. I'm not using it for flavor. I'm using it to make the look of my product. So when I put the mayonnaise in there and I mix it in there, when it goes in the oven, the egg and the mayonnaise will help it turn golden brown, as well as making it swell and look better and look beautiful. And it looks like there's more on the plate as well.
Well, it gives a little flavor too because it
There's-
has
you-
the egg and
yeah,
the oil in it.
You'll
the olive
always
oil.
taste it, but it's
Nice
not
and
the
moist.
definite flavor.
Yeah.
So the next thing we like to do is some of our liquid spices. So of course, Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Gotta have Worcestershire.
A lot of Worcestershire.
Well, yeah.
That's about 2 tablespoons. On this batch here, 2
The
tablespoons.
famous Tabasco.
Now this here is what you worry about.
Yeah.
You can go a little crazy with that, but this here, you don't want to go
No, no,
crazy.
no, no.
1, 2, 3.
Three, that's
And
it.
that's plenty. They had a nice story about him on TV.
Yeah, they did.
How he owns the whole joint, and his family does, and he's got the whole Tabasco. Nothing can be called Tabasco. with
Nothing.
him.
Hot sauce, but not Tabasco.
Lemon. I like using fresh lemon, but for here, today, we're going to use some lemon juice to give it that flavor. And then, last but not least, the whole gammy butter. Butter, butter, butter. Now, what that does is
Clarified butter?
Actually, no.
No, just
Just straight.
melted.
Just that I had a rough ride underneath the heater of my car today,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's melted a little better. But even still, we got butter. And then the next thing we do,
Interesting mix.
I know.
and we grab me a plate,
Sure.
and I'm gonna do some magic here with my magic wand, and I'm gonna mix all this up to come out with my stuffing. Now, this is what it's gonna end up looking like. Feel the texture, it's easy to mold, easy to do whatever you need to do with it. And what we're gonna do today with this
Ooh.
is we're gonna wrap, which is one of my main items, baked stuffed sole. I grab a little of my stuffing in there and wrap. Now we did paprika and a breadcrumb base here to let it sit in there so it dries up, so it rolls and holds together. And there's our baked stuffed sole. Now we're gonna grab my towel, we're gonna wipe my hands, and I'm gonna do mushrooms. Now these mushrooms, we like to go high with it. Pull out that little stem in the middle and go real high with this mushroom. See how pretty that's gonna look? When that bakes off, you're gonna eat those, you're gonna say, oh, my God, the flavor that this guy puts in the mushroom is incredible.
Yeah, they're great.
And I love mushrooms.
Oh, you're going to like these
Oh,
mushrooms.
especially stuffed mushrooms.
Oh, these go over great. But last but not least, I have it for my baked stuffed shrimp too.
My favorite.
Yeah. We take our shrimp, we open it up, our stuffing, and don't have to be cheap with it. I like a nice bit of stuffing in there because I want it to blow up. And we're going with stuffing. Grab me one more shrimp over there behind
Sure.
me. Since we're doing it in places of 3, we might as well do 3 more shrimp. Okay. Getting a nice look from the
like
top on this, aren't we?
It's
This
like a
looks
nice
beautiful.
seafood melody.
Well, it is, but it's
Medley,
all
I should
made with
say.
this stuffing here. So
Yeah.
my chef makes about 10 pounds of this a week, and we get to use it on all our items. But with shrimp, we can't get away with just this stuffing. We have to do a Ritz cracker stuffing because Bill's been using Ritz cracker stuffing for 40 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of my customers come in here and says, Nick, we remember the cracker stuffing. Can we have that instead of crab meat? So they did that so much to me at the beginning that on my menu, I have saying on my menu, you could either order crab meat stuffing or you could order Cracker Meal and
Yeah.
get your baked stuffed shrimp.
Excellent.
And so we offer both of them. But right now, this is the what we call the pleaser here. And
So the cracker stuffing is the same items in there, except instead of the breadcrumbs, you use the crackers? Or do you use a little
that's
bit
right.
of each?
Now the cracker crumb for this is strictly cracker crumb and wine.
Oh,
Okay, strictly cracker crumb and wine, Ritz crackers and butter.
wow.
That's
No
all
mayo.
you need. Crush your Ritz crackers, no mayo.
What does the wine do? I mean, it binds it together?
Wine will bind it together. Not only that, it's the fruit of the vine. It tastes good too. A little wine in anything makes things
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
So now what we're going to do is how we're going to bake it in the oven.
We're gonna drink.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to drink. So we're going to hook up 2 shrimp. We're going to hook up a baked stuffed sole. We're going to hook up a couple mushrooms.
Now, is this how you sell it at the restaurant?
You could
Just
order
like
baked
that?
stuffed shrimp, mushrooms. You could order 6 of these in here. Baked stuffed sole comes 3 to an order. This is one order. This is another order. As far as combinations, no.
No, you don't. Okay.
And mushrooms are an appetizer, not
Okay.
on the dinner
You're right.
menu.
Okay.
So you can get the mushrooms all the time upstairs,
You're right.
Go ahead, talk to us.
especially when we're gonna be.
I got to get a nice platter set up.
Well, I haven't had the seafood yet at Eastside. So
No.
this
Yeah,
will
I
be
haven't
This
either.
will be a treat.
So with the magic that we can do here, we just threw it in the oven. We cooked it off. Notice how my mushrooms swole right up,
Yep.
nice baked off. The crumb on top of this, and as well as the baked stuffed shrimp. The baked stuffed shrimp, as you notice, swole up too as well. And the flavor, and now, right before we cook this,
Oh,
Oh,
we go with our
that's what you use it for.
Okay? Understandable?
yep.
Yes.
Almost time to eat, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're ready. Look at you drooling. Honey, God.
Hungry.
Thank you. Let's go sit down and try some of this food. Tiki-taki, hoy, hoy, hoy. Well, this is the part I like. This is the eating part. Now we made our product, now we get to try our product. And I'll tell you, not only do we do that, we get to talk a little bit too as we're eating and tell how good we like our food. And that's the best part. So Diane, chef, please bring over some food and let us try it. And I see you put some of your German potato salad on the plate with that.
Oh, that looks so
And
wonderful.
this is something that you need
Oh.
to try too. It's our German potato salad. It's an excellent, excellent connection. So, tell me something. What's the story with you coming to my restaurant?
Well, I was called by Nick last August to come and help him do the Oktoberfest. I've been around New Britain a long time, actually my whole life, and born and raised here, raised my kids here, but more importantly, worked at Trinity on Main in the whole entertainment business for 6 years. And I knew Nick from there, and we seemed like a good marriage, right, boss?
Well, I'll tell you what. I seen you work, and I watched you work. I did a few jobs with you, and when I seen the Oktoberfest, I was looking for somebody, and what came to my head, I says, I'm looking for somebody who brings something to my table. I always take people who don't need to bring anything because I got it all, and I'll teach you and whatnot. But I really needed somebody this time because I only had 6 weeks to really bring something to the table. So after we performed this Oktoberfest in 6 weeks, she brought a lot to the table, but I really didn't have an Oktoberfest. So I kind of gave her a job at the East Side and says, hang on, honey. It's going to take a while for me to put this show together. And she hung on. And that was a good part for me that she did hang on. Right now we're seeing the what comes out of her waiting as far as we got a contract, we got ideas.
She did a great job.
She
She did a
phenomenal
great job. That was 6 weeks. That's almost impossible. I don't
is.
know how
I
you
mean-
did it.
It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for
Yeah,
her. Trust me.
definitely.
It would have happened, but it wouldn't have been half as good. Just because the entertainment arrangements and how she kept me under control. And that's usually the biggest
And
job.
you know that a big part of nonprofits is volunteerism,
Of course.
and having volunteers. So we needed a lot of volunteers for Oktoberfest, and I knew where to get them. And they've actually, a lot of my volunteers have been waiting
Yeah.
for me to get a job that they can help out with again. So all we had to do was make the call. And I think we pretty much filled
Well,
City Hall, kind of looked like the old Trinity on
That's
Main
right.
for a while
well,
there.
I'll tell you what, that was the best thing about it. That was the best thing about it. I walked in my office that the city gave me, and it was a big office. And it had 2 desks, me and an empty desk.
Yeah.
And I had one. And then all of a sudden I hired her, which was supposed to fill the other desk. I didn't know she was going to bring an army with her because I went in the next day. She had 3 people on the phone, this one going this way, this one going that way. And I'm saying, I'm going back to the restaurant. This is nuts. And,
She had
but she knew I would meet with her for 20 minutes and tell her where the next march is going, and she'd start marching. And that's all it was. And if we got there okay, if we didn't get there, I looked at her and I says, that's okay too.
Yeah.
So when you're doing business in such a short time and you want to show so much and you want to be so perfect, that's what I got when I hired Anthony.
So I would say that you're going to be really surprised at what we're going to do this year with 6 months.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have all the Oktoberfest stuff, but then I'm also, Nick just gave me a job recently as event planner for Eastside. So now we're going to bring a lot more events.
Right.
He brings the customers every week,
And you have
every
your hands
weekend.
full, which is.
But
yeah.
now we have this beautiful frozen room upstairs. We have the beer garden. We're starting happy hours. You know, Nick here, he gets donations every day of the week. A letter comes for a donation. So part of what I want to do is now reach out to these people and say, hey, bring your events here, or let us at least tell you what we
Definitely.
have to offer as far as an event facility goes. So I think that we have, we're going to be growing up there on the second level of Eastside.
I'll tell you, the outside was wonderful. He took us for
Yeah.
a tour, and it was amazing. You know, you could sit out there, and there's even heat if it's cold, and it's the way that food is prepared, and then when you go a little bit downstairs.
This
Yeah.
is a picture of Rostock, Germany that I took it was a beer garden. It wasn't on a roof, but it was out there, and it was made from wrought iron. That's what I did with mine.
Yeah.
Mine is made all from wrought iron. We actually took a crane and picked that whole beer
Wow.
garden up with a crane and set it on that platform. Hey, how about some champagne? Well, we can't call it champagne because it's not from France. Remember that?
It's Hinkle.
It's
Hinkle.
Hinkle.
It is our sparkling wine for the Oktoberfest. You know, similar to a Prosecco, but
Yeah.
German.
This-
And up on that beer garden, I don't know how many people know this, we have a full kitchen in the back. And Chef Diane here
She met-
is
she's
going to
good.
be our chef through the spring and summer season, cooking up everything.
Sounds good.
Hey, how about one for Aunt Pila?
Hey,
Hey,
sure.
Ann.
Thank you.
Aunt Pila.
Thank you, Nick. Hey, it's kind of fun to work
Oh,
a for-profit guy.
I'm starting to see double and feel single.
Hinkle, feel single.
Drink Hinkle and feel single.
Hinkle.
I like that. I like that. But let's taste some of this food.
Okay.
Taste the the sparkling wine right as you're tasting the seafood. I just did it.
Here, I'm going to try
And
the
I'm telling
shrimp.
you, it really adds to
Oh,
the
that
to
is so
taste.
good.
And make sure you taste my stuffing so you can tell me how good that is.
That is wonderful.
You see how simple this stuffing was?
It was, yeah.
And it's not really that expensive. I can do a lot of different things with this as far as stuffing many items if you want a seafood stuffing.
Right.
I actually can take a whole crab, like a soft shell crab, clean it out and put this stuffing in it and bake it back in the oven, and people go crazy for it. So basically, it's a unique tool. It can make money. It's something we can cook it fast, holds in the refrigerator for an awful long time. The fresh breadcrumbs, remember that. That's what makes the stuffing grow and taste as good as it is. Nothing's better than eating fresh bread than stale bread. So even
Definitely.
it goes in the stuffing as well. Think
Joe?
about this at Thanksgiving time
Try
when you're
mushroom?
baking your turkeys.
Yes, please.
Try fresh squares. And not only that, if you do want to deal with fresh bread, try cutting some small 8-inch squares and putting that in your tuna fish and mixing that as well. It really adds and enhances tuna fish, and it actually stretches. So instead of getting 4 sandwiches out of a can, you get 5 sandwiches out of a can.
And you know, the stuffing tastes different in each thing.
It does,
I mean,
yeah.
it tastes
It
great,
does.
but
It
it's, not
draws-
like it's not like it tastes
Draws
all
the
the same.
shrimp, draws the fish, draws the
The mushrooms, yeah, they taste completely
They
different.
melt right in your mouth. They melt right in
Yeah.
your mouth.
Happy hour mushrooms.
Yes.
You think we get away with that?
I think
Well,
so.
actually, right now, she's got me giving away pancakes at my happy hours between 4 and 6. But
Yep.
basically, right now, looking at happy hour, we basically want to come up with different items. We're coming up with a new item called drunken chicken. And if you want to try something, come and try some drunken chicken. It's something new that I brought over. It's cooked with beer, and it tastes so damn good.
Really?
So it's called drunken chicken.
And you know what the best thing is? There's a lot of people in New Britain that think East Side is a little expensive for the New Britain crowd, but this drunken chicken, $12.95
Wow.
for a good dinner
A whole
portion.
chicken?
Half a
No,
chicken?
half a chicken.
Yeah, but I mean a whole.
And the
yeah. Wow.
German potato salad,
Comes with it that you're eating now.
nice rye bread, right? Toasted up.
Wow, that
And
sounds.
especially when this comes out in May, that drunken chicken's going to be the hottest ticket you got going.
Definitely
So
try it,
please
yep.
stop up there and try one of those. And we actually not only have that, we'll actually be putting it on our Sunday menu as well. So the drunken chicken is coming to New Britain, and I will find a facility. I'll probably even use it again as far as the main item, since I did invent it.
Yeah.
But it'll go over.
Well,
very
it
And don't
rhymes.
forget about the coldest beer, because our tables all freeze.
That's right,
So
yes.
your beer will always stay
be cold. Yes.
What's better at
I was
happy
amazed
hour?
at that. You
Yeah.
know the way they had
You
it.
made the little
yeah.
snowman. I remember
Yeah.
we had a
Sure,
snowball
yeah.
fight. You should see the little snow angel she was making with her fingers. It was so cute. So cute.
Hey, and then come and have a few shots and you can get spanked.
Oh, oh yeah. I heard that
She's
one
got a butt
really,
that's
really
prepared.
big.
We'll have Nick spank you.
Was
How's
it on
that?
YouTube? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a good spanker. I'm a professional.
Now, how do you do it? You have to buy
You know,
4 shots?
No,
Oh, 6 shots.
But not
okay.
for you. You got to bring a crowd with you because
Okay.
we don't want you to have
okay.
6 shots. But after
so
you finish that,
I get spanked and they drink.
And you
Yeah.
get a T-shirt.
I'll give you the T-shirt and a hug.
Okay. Oh,
After we
okay.
spank you, we hug you quick because it takes the hurt away.
That much?
Oh, baby, let me tell you. I have 'em barking at the moon. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
No,
with that.
if you want a good time,
Yeah,
if you want a good time and you want a great happy hour or any time,
yeah, it's a blast.
Here's the guy.
It's
Yeah.
a blast. And so what's coming up later? I hear we got some new people coming into next shows. And Ann Pilla, since you're the one who books them for me, give me a hint.
yeah. Well, I'm booking the shows. Let's see. We have. I think we have Margaret Melanowski coming from Sarapolska Restaurant.
I heard that.
Kind
I
of
heard
combine
that.
the
I like
Polish
it. I
and
would
the
love her to
German.
bring one
Yeah.
of the nice Polish dishes that she serves and shows them how to make it. And I think that'd be good. And you know, is it true that Tim's coming from the Rockettes?
Tim is coming from the Rockettes. Yes, he
That's
is,
super.
and he just kind of took over as the general manager.
Manager, yeah.
He's a great friend of Eastside.
Yeah.
He's with us a lot, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
coming on. And I'm going to do everything in my power to get our new mayor to come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's going to
she's-
be the show.
yeah,
That's
she-
going to
Yep.
she's
that's going to be
wonderful.
the cream on the 6th one. That's the icing on
That's
all
gonna
that
be
cake.
The last show.
That's right. And do we get to spank her too? I bet we do. I
would be
bet
up
I
for
got
that.
power here. I got pull. And I do want to thank
I think
you.
you better bring beer when she's here, though.
Oh, easy now. But let me tell you, I want to thank you for coming on my show today.
Thank you,
and
Nick.
telling everybody what you're doing for me because
Yep.
it is a treasure to me. It really is. Dealing with you the first time for this day, the first 2 shows. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
And it was a great entertaining special I think we did for the people. I hope it was a little educational, and I hope you understand kitchen art. Let's learn how to make food to make money, and that usually works
Kitchen
the
art.
best. Kitchen art. Thank you. Tea talkie, hoy, hoy.